Good morning, good morning, good morning, and happy Sunday, everyone. Hope everyone is doing well. Got my coffee in hand. Hope you do as well. Hope it's in a good morning so far. Going to go through my team, the games that have already passed, and previewing some of the games upcoming as well. But we'd love to hear how you guys are going with your teams, who are your captain choices, what's projected looking like for you. Would love to hear how you guys are going and not making it just about me, and maybe helping out a people, someone or two. On the last games for today, we've got three games of AFL on today. Some will be more interesting than others, um, but yeah, I can get into how my team's going to kick us off. But also, just to start, thank you for all the support so far on the page and the channel. Got 29 subscribers so far on YouTube. Goal of 50 by the end of the season. Looking like a bit of a stretch target, but would appreciate any support from anyone out there that is into their Supercoach. Get your friends onto the page, get your cousins onto the page, your mum, your dad, your cat, your dog, and would love the support back end of the season. There's some content creators that, yeah, there's not too much to talk about with no trades left, right? But still bringing you some lives, still bringing you some reviews for Supercoach. So I might get into how my team is going to kick us off. And I'll show you guys my team now in my classic. Alrighty, so currently I'm projected 2-2-3-3 for this week. Gosh, the team selections are absolutely brutal this week. Durham, Bond, Murphy, Reed. The team sheets were absolutely brutal this week. So if you came away with 23 playing players, even if they are rookies, like, you've already got a leg up on a lot of people. So well done there. If you're running 22, risky. I'm running 22 this week myself. So it's a super tough week, probably the toughest week I can remember in Supercoach, both not only from a trades perspective, dwindling down, star players out, just players just want warm bodies out there. So yeah, tough round, and it's proving to be that as it continues on as well. So in terms of how I'm going, guys, and again, I'm going to get into my team and how I'm going, but I'd love to hear how you're going, your captain choices, how you're projected, going well, you got going so well. If you want to just vent in the comments about how you're going, you're welcome to do that as well. But I'll let you guys know how I'm going so far. So bit of a mixed bag down back. So a bit of a sad story in Sicily, Houston, just underwhelming, if I could use that word. I probably have other words to describe it, but look, I did watch the game last night for the most part, and Sicily made some really good decisions, but also made some really bad decisions as well, which, his obviously score reflected that. Houston was pretty much nowhere outside of a goal he scored. I think it was in Q2 or Q3. He had a couple of other pings at the goal as well, which, had that come off for a second goal, he definitely would have had a higher score, but his AFL fantasy was about 80, 90, I think, from memory. Let me go quickly check that. I'm actually quite curious to check his split difference, but his Supercoach split was horrible. Old Danny Houston. So Danny Houston get 92 AFL fantasy and 58 Supercoach. That is shocking. Is such his impact on the game, his disposal efficiency, or what have you. The gift that keeps on giving is Danny Houston. No way he features in our teams outside of draft, I would have thought. So yeah, but that's the story on Danny Houston. As I take a sip of my coffee, hope you guys have a coffee in hand and enjoying one this morning, or enjoying your second or third. There she is. The good news story, though, is Geordie Clark. Geordie Clark absolutely smashed it against Freo. He was against Crows, sorry. He was absolutely everywhere on Friday night. Absolutely loved his performance. And, if one thing we can say for Geordie Clark, he's durable. And we love that score from him. Hulkahan, 61. He sort of saved his score at the back end. He had a really, really slow start. Really, really slow start for Hulkahan. But as a pulse happy days. Did better than Houston. Did roughly the same as Sicily. So I'm just happy to have a pulse back down back because it's quite thin back there at the moment. Nicky Dacos, 110. Probably expected more from him. Is such as how consistent he's been and the highs of his talent. But 110 is pretty good. Gordon to come. Bailey Smith was my trade in this week. So Bailey Smith was more of a trade in for, I guess, two round trade, if that makes sense. So he's gonna absolutely kill it against the Tigs next week. Clearly expected more from him against North. And this game, he had a slow start as well. The slow starts really kill your primos, don't they? But hopefully he gets, Bray pays the faith a 130 or a 150 next week against the Tigs. That'll be awesome. Caleb Sarong absolutely smashed it. 2 goals, played a major part in putting the Crows away. And Caleb just had a massive, massive performance. So loving that from him. He's a little bit of a unique, I think. Let's see his ownership. 14%. Yeah, a little bit of a unique there. Loving that. Geordie Dawson, 107. Take that. Loving the consistency. Anything above 100 in the mids is good. Speaking of getting 100 in the mids, LDU, shocking score. I don't know if he was tagged. I didn't really catch this game, if I'm being honest. So don't know if LDU was tagged or if he just had a really shit game or disposal efficiency wasn't good or what have you. If you know why LDU scored so bad, let me know. Drop it in the comments. But yeah, I'm not really clear on it myself. Sammy Walsh. So in my mids, I've got Gordon to come, Sammy Walsh to come, Heaney to come. Hopefully, Heaney and Gordon absolutely smash it. They should against the Dons. Having said that, they might even get rested in Q4 as well. We've seen Sydney do that a little bit. So watch this space on that. Bont was out. I'm hoping that Bont will be back next week. I think it's just soreness for Bont. I don't think he's injured. Someone's welcome to fact check me on that if that's incorrect, but I think he's back next week, right? I think he's back next week. So that'll be good to get him back. And I, in terms of the ladder itself, where the doggies are at, I think obviously they got a game to play this week, so we'll see. But yeah, any win is good for those in fighting for the top 10. So surely they want to get him back. Ison and Banfield not playing. Locked in the VC with Maxi Gawn. So Maxi Gawn was my VC selection this week. I was tossing up between Maxi and Cherry. Ended up locking in the correct one. The way I saw Cherry, from my perspective, albeit yes, he was unique, and albeit yes, against the Cats, and generally it's a good matchup, and he's obviously smashed them before. I just looked at his last 8 weeks and just go, when has he ever had a captain score in the last 8 weeks? So West Coast, yes, 152. Then outside of that, Collingwood, yes, 133 would have taken that. He just hasn't put up captain scores. And I'm like, well, is he going to come out of the box, especially given his role and his groins and all the rest of it? Is he going to actually have a captain score? And I just landed on the fact that he wouldn't. I actually didn't think Cherry would give a captain score, and he hasn't. So I'm glad about that. Had Cherry gone 160, 170, I would have obviously had pie on my face, but obviously not to be. He didn't do that well. And I own him, so I don't want him to do that bad. So, but hey, 101 will take that. 139 for Gorney. I've gone ahead and locked that in. That is my VC, and he'll double to, what is that, 178? Or sorry, 278, apologies. Loving that. Cheesy, cheek, the cheek. Everyone's got cheese, so it is what it is. I think it's more or less going into next week. Is he actually going to be out? That's probably the big question. I don't know, does anyone have any mail on Sheezel on how bad that cheek was? It looked bad, but he has actually got a broken cheekbone or a broken orbital bone or anything like that. Like, is he actually going to be out next week? I think Clarko said he's most likely to be out. But everyone has him, so it doesn't really make that much of a difference. But if you've got trades and you can cover him, then obviously it does make a difference because you've got a leg up on the rest of the competition. Isaac Rankin, what a run this guy has been on. And if you locked him in as a VC, good on you. He's had a generational run in the past 5 to 6 weeks. I just didn't think against Freo he'd actually do that well. Clearly wrong in that regard. And those locked him in. Good on you, and kudos to you. Horn Francis 90. I was happy Horn Francis played, if I'm being honest. So we'll take a 90. Cozzy Pickett, expecting a lot more against Port. He was in a bit of wars. He had like a sort of perforated ear or hurt ear, blood coming out of his ear, and he was just, a bit of a frustrating game for Pickett. I don't know if he was tagged or anything, but was obviously expecting a lot more than that. And is he highly owned? Yeah, 53% of teams, so he is highly owned. A bit of frustrating only is Cozzy Pickett, isn't he? I got Dicey Sharp as my loop, so I've locked that in. Obviously, not good to have him out. I don't know if he'll be back next week. Does anyone have any mail on Duzzy? Does anyone have any mail on Sam Durham? Is he going to be back next week? I'm not sure myself. So obviously, you can look at injury reports and team sheets and whatnots for next week. But I would love for Bont and Durham to be back. Just not sure. Just not sure. If anyone has any mail on Duzzy and Bont, let me know. Sharpie to come. So we'll see how he goes with Durham out. He probably should get more mid minutes, but we'll see. Against Sydney, though, I assume that my lovely Dons, who I adore so much and we're very successful, we're going to get absolutely smacked around the park. So not expecting much from Sharp, but I'll take a 70, take a 60 or a 70. At least he's playing. Petrarca, what can we say about Petrarca that hasn't already been said, right? 34, full game time, no injury as far as we understand it. And then Dimmer at the end of the game was like, oh, I really just got to work out how to use Petrarca better. You fucking serious, mate? You've had him for fucking 23 rounds. You've had a preseason with him. It's the 23rd round. What do you mean you don't know how to use him or you don't know how to get the best out of him? I just find that weird. Anyway, that's how my team's going, and in the lead up to the last 3 games, 6 teams to come, 2, 2, 3, 3 projected. What's your projected? Which captains did you lock in? And also, is that even a good projected score? I don't know. I would love to hear what other projected scores you guys are seeing out there. I have a league where I've going up against, I sort of manually added in the experts, or most of the experts that I could. And you know how Supercoach allows you to select, oh, these are your experts. You can go up against them and add them to your leagues. That's what I did. So I do have this league where I do suss how I'm going up against those guys, because generally they rank quite good. See live scores. Oh no, Supercoach Edge, Damo's league. Loving Damo's work. Shout out to Damo from Supercoach Edge. But I wanted them, me versus experts. So if I look at a couple of the experts here that I've added into this league, I'm projected 2, 2, 3, 3. We've got Grundy's brother. He's 1953. He's usually a really, really strong fantasy player. I don't know if he's got any loops or anything like that. We got 5 names here. We got Freako. We got Blake does his disciples there. We got George. How I'm going up against George here. Predicted a little bit higher than George. What did George do for his captain, Dacos? He's locked in Fitzgerald as well. Let's have a look here. Going up against Dossie. Dossie's come home with a wet sail, hasn't he? Dossie from the Code Sports boys over there. He's predicted really strongly. Who's he locked in for captain? Gordon to come for Dossie. Who else we got here? We got DR. Shout out to you, legend DR. He's 2-1-3-4. Had a massive game, or massive round. Sorry, last week did DR in 2 7s. Not as lucky this week, it seems. Who else we got here? We got Selby. Hung up against Selby. Projected 200 higher than Selby. And then we got the Phantom. Yeah, about 150 more than Phantom. But these guys are really, really smart super coaches, really smart fantasy players. But it's a bit of a unprecedented season, right, in terms of injuries, trades, and I think we're getting too much to the habit of trading too hard, too early. Not too many sideways trades. Not saying we're doing too many of that, but just between the injuries and this sort of want to have the best team straight away and get rookies off the field, I think. We've lost a lot of patience, and we want the best team right away. But I think it's like, this younger generation, that TikTok generation, bang, keep swiping, next one to next one. That's like that patience is just not there anymore. Again, none of these guys they're not young people. Like they're distinguished gentlemen. But I think it's just that want to have the best team straight away, and I think that you feel like you get left behind if you don't trade hard. But who's getting left behind now? It's the people that don't have trades, and it's literally holding on for dear life, right? So hopefully have a bit of better luck next year with injuries, and we won't be in this position, fingers crossed. So So yeah, in terms of how I'm going in my other leagues as well, yeah, I'm in a couple of different leagues here. And just if you guys are at all curious how I'm going in my matchups, projected to win most. This one should be close. Yeah, so that's just leagues. In terms of the games gone, and again, guys, chime in with how you're going. I'm really keen to hear projected scores and how other people are going this week. In terms of the other games so far played already this week, going to have a bit of a yarn about those. Caleb Sarong absolutely smashed it. Andy Brayshaw, those that have held him, he killed it. Geordie Clark. So all of these Supercoach Classic relevant people in Frio, unless I'm missing anyone. Hayden Young, I don't think is Classic relevant. Maybe more for draft. They all did well. Shy as well. Tracy as well. So awesome from Frio. The story on the Adelaide side is Isaac Rankin smashed it. He is head and shoulders above, and if he could just have a clean run without injuries, even as early as next year, Brownlow contention, absolutely. Probably him and Dawson will take a lot of points off each other, but he has had a wild month. Did anyone VC or C Rankin? I'd love to hear if you did, and good on you for backing that up if you did. No, he was going up against Freo. McAndrew was back for a few coaches who would have had him and held him from the rest last week. Dawson, Classic relevant. He's done pretty well. Take that. At least he's playing. There'll be a lot of that. At least these people are playing. Hawker Hahn, 61. Take it, but not overly happy with it. AFL Fantasy probably better. He was better, but 77. Loving that work. Nothing really relevant left in this game. Tigs and Saints. This was just the Saints. Fuck. The Saints. Did anyone trade in or have Max Hall? What a pod play. What a pod play was Maxi Hall. 181. It just goes to show when he has the opportunity, he is absolutely lights out. But against Tigs as well. So, you know, most players will absolutely bend the Tigs over, but yeah, let me see if I can suss out Hall. Sorry, I just made it a bit smaller. I just want to see his ownership if I can. Would love to see his ownership. Maxi Hall ownership. 5%. Wowee. 5%. And no doubt there would have been some players that traded him in, or coaches, sorry, that traded him in this week. What a sugar hit. So good on you. That's absolutely crazy. But look, Max Hall, he traded for the week. Brad Hill, close second if you traded in Brady Hill. Jack McRae off the scrap heap from a couple of draft, no doubt. A couple of draft leagues. One of my draft leagues. There's a grand final where that's probably going to be the difference. So that's the importance looking out for team sheets. 6:20, Australian is a standard time. Teams come out. Jack McRae in, injuries, bang, pick him up. But that's just masterclass stuff, sort of stuff there. And so yeah, Brad Hill, awesome. Hugo Garcia, more for a draft, awesome. Owens draft. Wilkie, the classic, very good. Romo, people still probably have Romo floating around, no doubt. He did pretty good. Tom de Koenig, trash. Philippou, trash. Darcy Wilson, no good. Bit of a mixed bag. There's some relevant names there, but for the most part, it's the Hall, it's the Brad Hill, it's Wilkie, it's and what to say about Richmond? Like, what are you gonna say? Like, what is there to say? They're just no good. They're just no good, and it just goes to show these teams that get absolutely walloped and smacked in the last 1 to 2 rounds. You just don't want to be on these players. You need to make sort of some tough calls regarding sitting some players that might be better players, but they might be in worse teams. They're no good. They're not going to. There's 3,300 Supercoach points to share between the both teams, and what's the chances that they actually get a slice? Anyway, moving on. Kangas, Cats, Kangas side, Cherry, pretty good, all things considered. Colby McKercher, not too bad. Where's Lukey Parker? Lukey Parker 72. That's no good. Obviously, the major story is Sheasel, but everyone has him. So what's the difference? Like, no one doesn't have him. I think the stuff with Sheasel is the captain. People that captained him, absolutely. People that VC'd or seed Sheasel, that's where it hurts. That's where it hurts. So I'm really curious regarding that specifically. So let's go and check that out. How many people VC'd or seed Sheasel? So we've got 9.2% of coaches in the whole competition VC'd him, and then I can see that 6.1% chucked the C on him. That's where it hurts. That's where it hurts. He was top 5 selection for captaincy choice this week. Fair spread here. Now, what I'm curious also to see is if we go down to say top 5 and 1%, how much has it changed? So we're trying to keep an eye on Sheezy here, Sheezy ball. So it actually drops down. It actually drops down a fair bit. So those higher ranked coaches, I was about to say smarter, not necessarily smarter, but higher ranked, and those that have gone pretty well this year, yeah, a lot of them, when I say a lot, a fair chunk VC'd him. So top 10, so sort of top 6, top 7 most popular VC option was Sheasel, but drops right off from a C perspective. So a lot more people opting for your Gorns, your Grundys, your Nicks, your Gordons. But yeah, it's shit losing out on a VC because if it is shit like it was because of injury, you got to roll into a C. It just you'd much prefer obviously the double. You're pretty much losing a double. Like you have to straight C someone after that, and there's a bit of risk associated with that, isn't there? Whereas like for my situation or some people's situations, you obviously VC gone. So 12.5% of people in the top 5% VC gone. No doubt most people would have taken that. Unless you're going to roll into a Gordon or a Grundy after he got 139. I don't know about that. Like takes balls, but I wouldn't do it. Anyway, yeah, Sheezy, no good. Georgie Wardlaw, Jesus Christ, 40. More for draft relevant. On the cat side, Blick's draft, yeah, Dempsey draft more so. Humphreys draft. Bailey Smith's probably the one. The ratio, no good there. Must have butchered it. Must have not had a big influence on the game for the most part. I think got to slop to a slow start. Again, those slow starts, killer. Sean Manor, more for draft. Bruin probably double, like classic end draft, pretty good. Tommy Stewart, a lot of people wouldn't Tommy Stewart. There's a bit of point of difference here. Pretty average for him from a scoring perspective. What else is relevant? Nothing really relevant. Lions Suns. We got Levi Ashcroft, top scoring. Jesus Christ, didn't expect that. Levi, Zorko. Imagine having Zorko in your back line with all this shit in the defense. I just love, picture my team right now. Go to my team here. Oh, Zorko would just look so much better than Houston. So much better. Or Sicily. Fuck. Those who took the risk on Zorko, good on you. It's paying off. Willie Ashcroft, 120. I think the story on the Lions side was the shocking game from Neil. 65, and he hardly touched it by his standards. What happened to Neil? If anyone watched the Brizzy Suns game, let me know what happened to Neil. I'd love to know. Was he tagged? Was he just shit? Let me know. I'm interested. On the Sun side, Nettie Moyle, mostly for draft, killed it. Helping out a couple of draft prelims and finals, no doubt. Matty Rao has been lights out, 118. What a bull. Well, I think it was 170 last week. He got a massive score last week, yeah. I'm not sure it was 170 specifically, but fucking awesome by him. Noel Anderson, pretty good bounce back from him. Johnny Noble, not too bad. At least he's playing in that back line for our Supercoach teams if you got him. Danny Rioli, pretty good, more for draft. Ellie Humphreys had a shocking season from a Supercoach perspective. I got Mac Andrew on my draft teams, no good, let me down. Took Miller, fucking hell, what a drop off. So the major drop off really here is the Neil who got the whatever he got fucking last week, 150, same as Took Miller. How can you go 150 one week, then 50 and 60 the next? What was the story with Took? Like, I'm interested, you know, was anyone watching the Suns line game and got a read on why Took scored so badly? Would love to know. And Petrarca, if I can keep scrolling down to Petrarca. Jesus Christ. What was his center bounce attendance to Petrarca? 21%, 5. So Took got bulk CBAs. 75%. He was third for the midfielders. Yeah. Really odd. Really, really odd. Next game, fuck, what a classic this was. Another draw, same two teams. Absolutely crazy. On the Hawks side, Newcomb, pretty good for those that have him. Impey, pretty good for those that have him, even with Amon in the team, so that's good to see. Joshy Ward, more for draft, but he's doing pretty well. Amon, more for draft, pretty good. Sicily, fucking trash. Day, another fucking shit score from Day. What's happening with Day? He's just not with it. Not with it at all. Centre bounce tendencies, 57%. Yeah, some regretful buyers that got Day in, no doubt. On the Pie side, Josh Dacos, man, he's the one who's that out of those backline options, he's the one that's now just lighting it up. And if you held him, great to you. If you don't have him, it sucks. Which I don't have him, so it sucks. Nick Dacos, a couple of the names here: Swaddling, Ed Allen, Bo McCurry, some random names. Roland Steele, some random names here. Darcy Cameron, maybe we'll still have him. Geordie to go, pretty shocking. 63. Houston, shocking. Yeah, just some names here that wouldn't normally feature, right? A bit of a change of the guard of the Pies. And the final game we'll go over is the D's v Port. On the Port side, Geordie Sweet, fuck, wouldn't have expected that. Going up against Gorney, premier ruckman of the league. Miles Bergman, more for draft. Wines and Bergman for draft, and probably some people would have gone Bergman for classic with all the defense carnage. Very good, very good. We got Horn Francis. I'm just glad he played. Jace Bergwijn, a couple of people went him as a bit of a pod play. Obviously didn't work out this week, maybe next week. Aaliyah went down for draft. On the Melbourne side, it's Max Gawn. Bowie. Many people went Bowie with the Naz injury. He did pretty well. Anything else relevant on the Melbourne side? Cosy Pickett, underwhelming. How can you get 88 AF and then 70 SC? Like, what did he do? What did he do wrong? What did he do wrong? Salem's cooked. All right. What we're going to do is just preview the 3 games to come and what things to look out for. So on the Giants side, we got Whitfield, you got Ash. Murdoch did tag Whitfield in the last matchup, so we need to see if that happens again. Clayton Oliver, obviously, as well. We've got Bailey Williams in their forward lines at the moment. Yeah, this one will be, I don't think there's really anything too controversial to either happen or expect in this game, but I think it's probably just more that watch on the Whitfield tag. Does it happen? Does it not? I think more unlikely than likely, but we'll see. On the Bulldogs and Blues side, yeah, interesting on the Bulldogs side. I can't remember the last time they would have been without a game without Tim English and Marcus Bontempelli. Very different mix, both in the midfield but also in the ruck. Rory Lobb as a ruck there. If you have your draft team floating around and you need to pick up a stream for this week, Rory Lobb as a defender would be really good. He'll probably be being predominant ruck and score in Supercoach maybe at least an 80 or a 90. So go pick up Rory Lobb from your scrap heap on your draft waivers. Ed Richards should absolutely light it up in this one. The Blues boys should also run amok. I think that to not have a recognised ruck is a massive disadvantage for a team. So yeah, your Georgie Hewitt, your Sammy Walsh, Even Jagger, I reckon they're going to do pretty well this week. And nothing else really to comment on there. And the last final game, what am I going to say about my Bombers, guys? It's a question of how much. It's a question of how much. Heaney, Warner, Grundy, Blakey, Gordon, just the names. They're just Charlie Curnow for Coleman as well. I think he's about 4 goals better than a miss at the moment. I should see actually Coleman medal race 2026. Is this live? That's not live, is it? I'll say live. Previous winners. Fucking hell. I just go to the AFL and then go to stats, I reckon. Let me do that. Stats, AFL stats, goals, full table. All right. So who is coming? Who's to play? Who's left to play? It's just Charlie, isn't it? In that sort of top echelon, right? I think so. So Charlie will score what? What's your prediction for Charlie? How many goals is he going to kick against the Dons? What am I going to say? 5 minimum for Charlie, probably. Yeah, it's going to be ugly. It's going to be ugly. All right, guys, I might just duck over to my team, summarize that again very quickly, and then work into a wrap up for today. So for me, I'm projected 2-2-3-3, and I have to come Whitfield, Blakey, Goulden, Walsh, Heaney, Sharp, and then Dunn. No trades left, like most people. I don't know what par will be for this week. If that's a good score or a bad score, 2-2-3-3. That's me with 22 players. Does Petrarca even count as a player? I don't know. But yeah, there'll be a lot of worse teams out there and a lot of better teams out there. So keen to hear how you guys are going. Looking to wrap up the video now. So thank you those that jumped into live and watched along. I really appreciate it. And we'll keep them rolling for into next week as well. Good luck for the rest of the round, guys. Hope you win all your matchups, all your finals matchups, all your draft matchups. Hope your captain score absolutely lights it up. Hopefully Charlie Curnow doesn't kick 10 against the Dons, fingers crossed. But enjoy the rest of your Sundays. Do something you love, and good luck for the rest of the Supercoach matchups for the day ahead. One more round to go, guys. One more round to go. So don't book your counselling or psychology sessions just yet. It's almost over. It's almost over. I'll be posting a bit later today with my round review and how I went. So my projector's 2-2-3-3. Let's see if I even get there. But yeah, I'll put my round review video out later tonight. So watch this space on that. Come tune back in later on to watch that on my YouTube, Dibblez Supercoach. I'm on X at Dibblez SCAFL as well. Get around it. But hey, I'll leave it there for today, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in and enjoy the rest of your Sundays. Cheers. Take care.